Tucson's unified school district has become a focal point in Arizona's heated debate over the future of its Mexican-American Studies program after House Bill 2281, banning ethnic studies in public schools, was passed a week after the passage of the notorious anti-immigration bill, SB 1070. The action on Tuesday the 26th was planned by the student group Unidos.
Land of the free, more like land of the rich. Chicano studies got banned for some Christopher Columbus shit. And you wonder why we hungry. There's enough place, but justice only serves to the money. They take away our history, kick us out of schools, plant the seed early so it's shown through the roots. Trust me, they don't want us to learn. They judge elementary school grades to build just so they can earn. Government's corrupt, cops take it farther. Look at Oscar Grant and voluntary manslaughter. Why don't black crime? System never bothers. Give the cop 2 years, what about the mother? She has to deal with the loss of a child. Won't get to see him grow up, won't get to see him smile, won't get to hear his voice or walk the aisle. Basically what they're saying, deal with it.
The time is April of 2006. Labor and civil rights activist Dolores Huerta attends an assembly at Tucson High School to speak about the Sensenbrenner bill, homophobia, and sexism to the students. During her speech, she said that Republicans hate Latinos. This sparked conservatives and Republicans across the state to try to prove her wrong, and in doing so, proved her statements to be quite true.
The bill Huerta spoke about was H.R. 4437, or the Sensenbrenner bill, which included border protection, anti-terrorism, and the Illegal Immigration Control Act of 2005. There were protests against H.R. 4437 in major U.S. cities during the spring of 2006.
During this time, Margaret Dugan, a Latina, is Tom Horn's right-hand woman.
April 9th, 2006, a hate group called Border Guardians burns a Mexican flag in front of the Mexican consulate in Tucson.
3 years later, 2 bills, SB 1108 and SB 1069, are introduced. The first bill allows unlicensed gun owners to carry concealed weapons. The second bill, SB 1069, was the original bill introduced to ban ethnic studies. It will eventually become HB 2281.
The proposal and passage of these 2 bills inspires a community run to Phoenix in protest.
SB 1070 was passed in 2010. The controversial Show Me Your Papers bill legalizes racial profiling, allowing the state to incarcerate undocumented people in Arizona in ever-increasing numbers. HB 2281 passes within months of the passage of SB 1070.
Before leaving the office of State Superintendent of Instruction, Tom Horn, now Arizona's Attorney General, declared that Tucson Unified School District's Mexican-American Studies program was in violation of HB 2281.
He had never even set foot in a classroom where Mexican-American studies was taught.
Education's under attack. What do we do? Fight back. Our education's under attack.
Hupenthal is elected superintendent for the state of Arizona. Tom Horn becomes state attorney general.
Hupenthal, the new superintendent of instruction, commissions Cambium audit costing $70,000 in taxpayers' money. The results showed that the Mexican American Studies program was highly successful, but Hupenthal claims the report is flawed, and its results are ignored.
Lupita Garcia becomes the new director of MAS. She was against Mexican American Studies.
Okay? And they study U.S. history. If you were to go live in Mexico, like many of my cousins chose to do, go back, you would study Mexican history. Go back.
On April 26, 2011, the TFC school board was going to vote to effectively dismantle the Mexican American Studies program. The student group Unidos successfully takes over the TFC board meeting, preventing the killing of the program. The vote was rescheduled for May 3rd, and despite militarized board meeting security, the vote was canceled again and not rescheduled.
Under threat of losing 10% of their state funding, the Tucson Unified School District Board of Education voted 4-1, ultimately dismantling the Mexican American Studies program on January 10, 2012. Shortly afterwards, school officials entered classrooms and forced teachers to box up newly banned books in front of all of their students. Tucson Freedom Summer takes place during the summer of 2012, and in early 2013, Prescott College awards college credit for Curtis Acosta's Sunday Chicano literature class.
Then on March 8th, Judge A. Wallace-Tashima rules against Arce and Acosta, deeming Mexican-American studies illegal in Tucson Unified School District. The case will now be appealed in the United States Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals.
What do we do? Fight back!
Hip-hop, échale ganas, maestro, échale ganas, yeah, check. Remember your foundation, remember where you come from. This life is filled with trials and tribulations. Fast-paced, short memory, part of this nation. And you wonder why you can't remember your intention. So if you understand, don't just clap your hands, man. Take it with you, share with the fam. Cause after all is said and done, it's gonna be up to you to do what you can. Cause if you break it down or tear you apart, or if you make it put it down right from the start, or if you eat you up and darken your heart, or it could be your guiding light out of the dark, yeah. It most certainly can, and I can bet you by the dollar that it's part of the plan. Now once again, yes, sir.